Joining us are CBS This Morning co-anchors Norah O'Donnell and Charlie Rose, in town preparing for tomorrow's broadcast at the White House. And I get to ask you guys questions. Usually
I'm
at this,
we usually have this
table.
around.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
We're on your turf, so you have at it.
Yes, yes. Charlie, what do you want to know about this administration? If there's a question at the heart of it, what is it for you?
Well, clearly Donald Trump is a man. There are many Donald Trumps. We know that. Clearly he has changed the presidency. But I want to know how the presidency has changed him and the opinions he has changed and what impact they will have on his future and the country's future.
Yeah. Norah, what's your feeling about that? The president seems, on one hand, in some of his interviews, reflective and saying it's harder than I thought. And on the other hand, it's going great, it's wonderful, it's better than ever.
That's why there are many Donald Trumps.
You're right, exactly.
It was a great interview, John, by the way.
Thank
Great
you.
interview. I thought, once again, trying to get an answer out of Donald Trump is like trying to pin Jell-O to the wall. It's hard. And his lack of facility with understanding what might be in the new repeal and replace Obamacare is part of the frustration. So we want to know so much, but I'm not sure the president is in the position to tell us that much. I think the key question I have is who is driving policy inside the White House on the domestic front, on the national security front. And we know that there are multiple centers of power, but it affects relations with Congress. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again, that Republicans have a historic opportunity for change. It is so rare for the party to control the executive and the legislative branch. It has only happened 6 years in the past 70 years. George W. Bush had 4 of them. They can do a lot. They're missing an incredible opportunity if they're not working together with leaders on the Hill. And it appeared yesterday from your interview, and I'm curious what your take too, is it wasn't clear that the president had a full understanding of what is in the Republicans' repeal and replace, their current form of that bill.
I think he wants to get things done. And I think particularly in going to the rally, you see, and he connected with that energy, and he wants to get things done for those people. And I think the details are, as long as they match up with those people, that's
jobs and growth.
He wants. Yeah.
Jobs and growth. Turning to foreign policy just for a second, I'm amazed at how he talks about Xi Jinping, the leader of China, the way he does. He's his new best friend, and he's going to help him. Does Xi Jinping feel the same way? Is that a genuine relationship that can make a difference?
Yeah. He seems, when he talks about foreign leaders, he understands power, goals. It's very tactical and very transactional. And, Norah, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, it reminded me, someone once said, don't confuse effort with accomplishment. And the president in that rally that I know went with him last night, he is the champion of the forgotten man and woman. But does he know how his policies will affect the forgotten man and woman? What are those policies? And I think that's really the journalistic challenge that we face over the coming year is not only learning what his intent is, because I don't think it's entirely clear, and also then what becomes the process of the actual legislation when something comes out.
And does he mean it when he says anything that affects them, I will not sign? If it makes their life more difficult, I will not sign. The interesting thing for me is how did you see him differently? And what did you think you came away with in terms of what he was saying on health care?
Well, on health care, I think it is, I think he wants a result. And if they can tell him, look, this result is what you're getting, then he's good with it, which is it's going to be good for my people and it's an accomplishment and we can move on. And as Major pointed out, there is this connection with health care and taxes. Health care has to happen first to lower the budget baseline so that you can do more with taxes. But one thing I was struck about, Norah, to your point, is that at that factory we went by, he is out there swinging every day for those guys who wear boots with steel toes on them. And as long as they see him swinging for them, I think they are 95% of the way there. And the details, which are so crucial, as you quite rightly point out, because they'll matter in the end, but I think they will wait a long time till they need the details.
They'll wait to accomplish those things.
Yeah.
We're going to be inside the East Room of the White House tomorrow, and I know you'll join us as we're broadcasting live our show, CBS This Morning, and we're going to have at the table a number of the president's senior foreign policy advisors and economic advisors, and I know we want to get a sense for ourselves is when you go inside the White House is how they're operating and how he's going to continue to do just that.
Right, exactly. Well, I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow with both of you.
And you have parts of your interview that you didn't air this morning,
we do.
right?
We have much more of our interview, both at the White House and then on the road with him yesterday, in and around his various things. So we'll be able to dissect all of that.
Thanks
I
for
can't
having
think
us.
of two people I'd rather do it with. So thanks to both of you.
Yes, and Gail will be with us as well.
Yes, well, Gail too. But thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.